possibly can. Yo! What's up? What up? What up? Alright, let me get mic'd up real quick. Hello, everybody. Hey, if you're here, check in the comment section so that I know that you're here, please. But, yeah, man, all these hit pieces. So my eye is almost ready to go. All right, by tomorrow, I will no longer have this. How do I know? Because, man, I keep track of the pictures. This has happened 2 years ago. It's the last time that it happened, and then 2 years before that. But before that, it would happen either every year or every twice a year. So it's getting better. It's kind of weird, but it sucks when I have it. But I take pictures of it, and I take notes every single time that I have it, and I do that. This is going somewhere. I do that so that I can look at the pictures. Like right now, I can look at all the pictures and I can be like, okay, this is what I looked like last time that I had this particular kind or whatever, right? I also keep track of how many police tickets that I've got, like when I've been pulled over by cops. Because as a black guy, I get pulled over a lot, but half the time maybe it's my fault, but the other half is whatever. I've been pulled over 38 times. I know which street they were, whether I got a ticket or not. I've only had five out of 38 tickets. And I keep track of that stuff. I also keep track of my favorite foods, my favorite things to do in the world, my favorite songs, all this stuff. I love lists. And I say that because I take my basketball career the same way. What's up, Mello? What up, Josias? And I'm very organized and I'm meticulous with everything that I do in life because I want to achieve certain outcomes. So for the eye thing, I want it to go away as fast as possible. So I need to track it so I can know when to expect it. For the tickets, I just do that. I do that because Maybe I want to see like how many takes that I've had to see if it is too many, or just to see if it is my fault, how much of it my fault it is, things like that. But overall, I keep an organized view of the world, and I keep all these things organized because it helps me cope. All right. Like, so when this happens, I'm actually a little, as irritated as I am, I'm a little excited. I'm a little excited when I see the lights go off behind me and the cop pulls me over when I didn't do anything at all. When other people might say, like, why me? Like, this sucks. I'm like, oh, nice, some more data, right? And it keeps me going. So I think with this basketball thing, when you have a book to follow, all right, when I'm telling you day by day what to do, and it switches every single day, and we do this and we do that, we're keeping it interesting. You have all the challenges. Those are extra things to do. And it's because 14 years is a long time. They say it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at anything. Well, when you divide that by 3 hours a day, it comes out to like 14 freaking years to become an expert at something. And you have to keep your mind entertained. Okay, so when bad things happen to you, like maybe an eye thing, or like you aren't great at basketball, whatever, you respond to it by breaking it down. And again, I say all this because I had a conversation with somebody. Our girl Finley Chastain got invited to Iowa to go see Caitlin Clark's jersey get retired. She's one of the top recruits. And my friend just wrote me today. My friend played, she did gymnastics at Iowa. So she like loves Iowa, right? She loves Caitlin Clark so much. So she's like, hey, is this your girl, Finley Chastain? She's a top recruit. And can you get her to come to Iowa? And so she made me write her like a text. I was like, hey, Finn, what are you thinking about going to Iowa? She's like, maybe. But how are you doing? Like that. She like changed the subject. But this girl wrote me back and said that if Finley goes to school at Iowa, she'll be surrounded by hard workers, I'm sure. And she'll love hard workers. And I was like, yeah, probably. And she goes, well, I think any school she goes to, they're going to have hard workers. And I'm like, probably not. She's like, what are you talking about? She goes, nah. She goes, maybe that was boys basketball. They don't work out. But on the girls' side, they work really hard. I was like, no, they don't. I was like, I've been around girls basketball players. They don't work hard at all. It'd be like one girl per team, maybe. And she goes, and how about the boys? I'm like, maybe two. But they do not work hard. They're just tall. They're just faster. People don't work hard at basketball. I was like, and the younger kids don't work hard? Some kids in my program work hard, and it's like 5 kids. Like that. And she's like, what? No, that's not true. And I was like, yeah, it is. And then she goes, well, it's not true for gymnastics. And I'm like, it is not true for gymnastics. Gymnastics is different because when they're younger and they're like, I don't know, 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, the only practice that they have is 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you guys know this? The gymnastics people, if you know anyone in gymnastics, they go 3 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week, year round. That's how they do all those flips. And I think the reason for that is because there's like several reasons, but one is basketball, there's so many things to learn. Even on our page, we have so many challenges, so many things that you can't really focus on one thing. It takes like a long time, and it's kind of daunting. Whereas gymnastics, there's like, what's up, Wes? There's like, 20, 40 things to like learn. But you have to like learn them really, really, really well. Also gymnastics, if you don't learn them well, you could die. So basketball doesn't have that. So we just like, you don't have to try hard at basketball. But I think the biggest piece is that basketball is more popular. We get everyone in our sport, and gymnastics only gets people who are dedicated. And when you're surrounded by people who aren't dedicated, you tend to lower yourself to their level. In gymnastics, if you're going to spend that much money doing a sport that's that hard and not that popular, chances are you love it. Chances are you're going to be a hard worker. All right. It's also an individual sport. There's a lot of differences, but gymnastics and sports like tennis, they're going to breed the harder workers. And I also think in basketball, you get these kids going, well, I'm better than everyone else, so I don't have to work hard. But then you get the other kids, the bad kids, going, well, I'm so bad, I'm not going to work hard. And everyone's in agreement to just not work hard. All right. So if you're a hard worker out there, realize you're a different breed. And if you know a gymnast anywhere, ask them their regimen. Put a timer on it. And I assure you, the gymnasts in your class who are working 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're probably also doing better than you in school. Okay? They figured it out. But, chances are they probably aren't going to those parties and stuff like that. They probably aren't like the coolest, the part of the cool kids. All right. They're just very, very dedicated to their sport and to school, and like that's it. So if they can do it, these small little bitty girls, and my friend is so surprised that basketball players don't do it. I threw myself under the bus too. I'm like, I didn't work as hard as a gymnast growing up. Heck no. That would be crazy. All right. If they can do it, we can do it. And sure, we're not going to die if we don't do it. We can still play since there's so many teams, right? The stakes aren't that high. But, we have the NBA, all right? And they don't. You won't ever get paid big doing gymnastics. So, shouldn't we be working harder? I don't know. It just seems weird that the gymnasts can do it and we can't, doesn't it? It's also just a culture thing, too, where in gymnastics, it's expected. There's so many reasons. It's crazy. But I just wanted to bring all that stuff up. And it kind of ties into my eye thing, because if I can try this hard to cure my eye thing one day, you can try that hard to cure your bad shot or whatever it may be. Quote of the day. The quote of the day is, refuse to lose. Not only does it rhyme, but it's a great saying as well. All right, you can simply just refuse to lose, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of like working hard as well. All right, you want to work so hard that you can't lose. And I think that the way that we're doing it, if you guys have seen our video with like our mission statement in it, we have a mission statement, and it's like work so hard that even if you don't win the game, you still don't lose. All right, and it's a thought process behind that, where there's a way to not lose at this game, and it's just to give it your all and to go all out and never stop trying. What up, Rad Racing Sports? I'm guessing that is Edmund, because his last name is something like Radum, something like that. I'm guessing Rad Racing Sports is Edmund. Am I right? Am I right, Edmund? Or whoever you are, am I right? But yes, refuse to lose is the quote of the day. All right, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't lose. All right, you might lose, but I need you guys somehow, some way, to do as 5th grade John did. Nothing crazy. Or to do as the 4th graders did in our one tournament last year, where even though they were down and they had no chance to win, these kids tried so hard. And I could do that when I was growing up too. It's Joshua. Oh man, I was way off. Sorry, Josh. My bad. Rad Racing Sports is Joshua. Wait, why? Are you a racer? Why? Why is it Rad Racing Sports? I don't like to guess, but yes. But if you can just refuse to lose, meaning even if you're down by 70, you keep going, and you act like you're ahead, act like you're tied, act like whatever you need to act like for you to try your hardest. So whether that means that you pretend that you're winning by 70, whatever, if that's what tries your hardest, or you pretend that is tied, or you pretend that you're losing by 70, whichever one propels you further, do that one. Pretend that the score is the different score. All right, get it out of your mind that reality is reality, and just make your reality the trying hard reality, because coaches will judge you by that. Your fans will judge you by that. Life will judge you by that. And that's what really, really matters in the world, period. If you can have that attitude to refuse to lose. All right, you refuse. I just flat out refuse to lose. Don't just switch to the better team, by the way, but you refuse to lose in the truest sense of the form. All right. Next thing we got our, I think it's a poll question. All right, this poll question right here. All right, this poll question is there a place for this in basketball? Don't forget that question, because I'm going to show you the video. Keep an eye on Gary Payton, number 0 right there. And the guy next to him is Jordan Poole, about to shoot a free throw. Not the guy next to him now, but the guy who will be next to him. Watch.
You ready? Yep. What y'all going to do? Middle.
Here he goes right here. He's untying his shoes. He untied his opponent's shoes, and then Poole told on him, and he's like, "Hey, we can't do that in the game." You guys think that there's a place for that? I mean, is it being funny? Was he trying to be funny? I think he was definitely trying to be funny, but it does kind of screw up the other team. It could trip him or something. I don't know. But would you guys ever do that? Is there a place for this right here, to untie the other player's shoes just to annoy him? I know that they were both teammates with each other last year. And there's also like, just to be like, what is that called? Just to make the other player just like upset, just to troll the other player. All right. What do you guys think? Is this going too far to untie a shoe? Because it is super annoying. But shouldn't you want to be annoying? Don't you want to be annoying? The guy who blew in LeBron James' ear, Lance Stevenson, was that within the realm of this? Is this worse than that? Is this better than that? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I mean, as long as you just do it once, you can do it once your whole career. But maybe come up with something better than something as childish as this, possibly, if you're in the NBA. Maybe step on his. If you stepped on it, it wouldn't have been as bad. Stepped on it and made it come untied? I don't know. Anyways, moving on to the stuff that we're doing today. We got team shooting and team practice. We're going to mix them together, but I'll put the Vegas guys on one end doing extra stuff. But we have form shots, over the backboard shots, between the legs series, legend series, scissor shots, 3-point contest. And then for the team practice, we have the tip drill, 1-on-1 wing versus 1-on-1 rebound. Not in help equals points. Zone 1 or 2 guard front. 16 plus seconds up by 4. And offensive rebound tips for the game. Okay, so that means if you get I like the offensive rebound tips for the game. If you get this is a game where we scrimmage. All right, what up, Luke? Where we scrimmage, where if your team misses the shot and you can get the offensive rebound, you get a point. But not just that. If you even touch the ball, you get a point. This is great because it really, really like makes people want to go get offensive rebounds. Because all you have to do is touch it. You don't have to grab it, just touch it. So this teaches us to go get the rebound. But also, defensively, it teaches us to get them away from the rebounds. To truly box out. Don't be satisfied with them tipping the ball at all. So we're going to actually do this when we play. I might even start out with that. Offensive rebound tips, playing down and back or whatever. And really, really box out. Really, really separate them. But also really, really go for the boards when you're on offense. All right, so because it changes the entire game. An offensive rebound is the biggest thing that you could possibly do, especially if you don't turn the ball over immediately. All right, but if you get an offensive rebound, it's better than a block, better than a steal, better than a defensive rebound, better than everything, because not only did they not have an entire possession, you stole that possession away from them. You now have the ball, and chances are you're really, really close to the basket. All right, so that's like it beats everything besides putting the ball in the basket. An offensive rebound is the next best thing that you can possibly do in all of basketball. And you have to realize that and see that. That's why the realization of that is one of our huge clinic tips. And you must realize that the other team can also get these things and do whatever you can to stop them from getting it. All right? So we'll play the offensive rebound tip game. That'll be very, very important. Then the other one is a boxing out game, 1-on-1 wing versus 1-on-1 rebound. All right? We will be crashing the boards, and I need us to just hit each other. We had Luke and Teo do it the other day, but we're going to do the entire game where we play 1-on-1 up top just with one dribble shot just to get a shot up. But then it's a battle. You're going to hit each other as hard as you can. I want you guys to get used to hitting each other, popping each other, and going fully at it. All right? I might even put Teo against Kiernan, because I said, what would happen if Teo hit you that hard as he just hit Luke, and Kieran didn't say anything. He looked at me like, please. And I'm like, ow. So I'm going to put them against each other to see. I wonder if they even will hit each other hard. I think that they're such good friends that they kind of don't care. They're going to be like, oh, hey, excuse me. I don't know. But we're going to see what that is tonight. So we have some hard drills to do. And we have a game this weekend. We'll find out what time the games are. There'll be 2 games on Saturday. We don't know what time the games are, but be prepared for those games. All right? And when we play those games, we're gonna have a secretly scheduled game for just our Vegas guys. I won't put it on the site. We'll tell you guys what time your games are separately than everyone else's. And you guys make sure that you come to those games. Can you play in the other games? Sure. But you must play in these games. And when you play in these games, I need you guys to be focusing on everything that we're doing. So I'm paying extra money just to get you guys in your own games So don't skip these games. If we have a bad showing, I just won't do it anymore. And I guess we're just going to lose. I don't know. But I don't want that to happen. Remember, this is on me. So give me a chance to make you guys great. We need everyone showing up this weekend for those Saturday games. We need it. These are big games. So we can start to prepare for this thing. All right. We didn't have everybody last time. So it wasn't perfect, but we did have enough. We had enough to start the game, like 5. All right, there's 10 of you guys out there. Let's get all 10 guys to show up for these games. Once we find out the game schedule, either maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. All right, let's put it all together. And then, so for tonight, we're gonna work on press break again, some defense and some offense. And then on Thursday, we're gonna actually get up and down and work on as much game-like stuff as possible, so you guys are doing the correct things in the games. Because that's the first step. We need to do the correct things in the game. Second step is to actually get better. And that's when I need to start pushing you guys to be offensively better too. That's why I'm running you guys for not doing the offense. And I don't want it to be mandated, because that will take the glory out of it. And we might break some people. I don't need you guys broken. So I have you guys doing something simple with the runs, in the hopes that you will start doing the offensive stuff as well every single day. It might take us like 2 months to get there, but we'll eventually talk our worst players into doing it. When our worst players start doing that, then they won't miss those easy passes. They won't miss the layups, and then we'll be an amazing team. So we won't see the amazingness on the court until we can get our worst players doing the offensive stuff too, so that they can improve at the stuff that they suck at. But I can't make them do it, or else they won't appreciate it, and they might actually just quit because it's too much work. So we have to trick them into doing it with the runs. So if you're one of the worst players, you know what I'm talking about. We're waiting on you. Until then, it's going to be super frustrating for everybody. And if you wait too long, everyone will quit. So that's just how teams work. I will repeat this tonight. Don't forget that I said that. All right, trivia question. All the trivia stuff is rewound, because we're at 0, because last time Austin won the entire thing. Today's trivia question is, which slam dunk champ is missing an appendage? Which slam dunk champ is missing an appendage? And I guess the first step would be to figure out what appendage means. Which, out of all the slam dunk champions, which one was missing an appendage? And again, you have to figure out what appendage means. I know y'all don't know what appendage means. The school district is always just baffling me with how bad you guys are. But I'll come right back after these messages. Good luck. Welcome back. Next to me, we got health and fitness. I do not exactly know what this is about, but let's find out right now.
Thought he had to step on him. Look, they thought he'd get fouled. Don't worry about it. Run back down and look at him. Just thought he had to step on him.
So
look,
watch Gafford here. All right, he thought he got fouled on this play, and I had this revved up before Luka got traded. Okay. Luka Doncic, who's a new Laker, he loves to argue about calls. When he gets fouled, he'll put his hands up and start yelling at the ref. Gafford thought he got fouled. You can see it in his eyes, and he probably got fouled. He instantly starts to sprint down the court, catches up to him, 94 feet later, blocks him. If you can have a nice turnover rate like that, that is mental toughness that will bring you to your next level. And I just said Luka, who's at the top level, he doesn't have it, but he's just better. No, but he would be even better if he could do this. All you can be concerned with is what cards that you were dealt. So for Gafford, this makes him a way better player. All right, now I'm sure if he ever becomes like a superstar, maybe he'll stop doing this, but this is amazing right here. All right, I just want to put this on full display. Look what he's doing and try to be like that. I don't care if the coach doesn't play you. I don't care if someone punched you in the face. I don't care if they missed 11 straight calls. I don't care if no one passed you the ball. Whatever it may be. You work hard and sprint back on defense. You sprint on offense. You give your entire effort while you're out there on the court. If for anything, you do it for the 7 guys who are sitting on the bench. The 7 guys who would love to be playing out there, but they're not because of you. You. It's like eating in front of homeless people, and then you throw the food away. And you're like, doesn't taste as good as I thought it would taste. Don't want this. And they're like, I'll take some of that trash. Oh no. Okay. So yes, great job to, is his name Daniel Gafford? Something Gafford, okay? All right, great job to him. And that is how you do it. And I just appreciate him. I appreciate him for doing this. That is amazing. All right, next thing we got is our homework. You are what you do and not what you say you'll do. All right, homework. Who's posting it? Who's doing it? Who's thinking about doing it? We got Caden, got Mello, got Weston. I see you guys. Kiernan, Henry that was from 4 days ago. All right, so keep doing the homework. I'm gonna start double checking to see if people are actually doing the homework just to make sure. I'm gonna surprise you guys. You have to keep it by surprise. And if you ever lie to me about the homework and I don't see it on there, that's extra running for everybody. So heads up. All right, but great job doing the homework. Keep that up, especially if you're someone like Mello who said, I want a B+. What is appendage? You have the internet. You have a parent probably. You have ChatGPT. You have a lot of things where you can just ask that question, guy, man. All right, but this slam dunk champion was missing an appendage. All right, figure out appendage. Come on, guys. I definitely knew that word when I was your age, like for a fact. All right, next thing. Where are we going with this? This is behind the scenes. What is this behind the scenes? Let's check it out. I think it's this one right here.
Offensively, it's easier, I think, to score in the NBA than college.
You agree with that? Yeah, it's just space.
Yeah.
Space is everything.
I feel like college is similar to what they say, like Europe. It's like Europe's harder, but it's also because you can camp in the lane. Usually the big man's sitting there. You're not going to have as many shooters like in college. Probably got 1 or 2 guys that can't shoot the 3-ball on the court. In the pros, it's very rare. Like not having it on our team really. So you got to cover all 5 guys, and it just leaves guys on the island.
And you learn that right away.
Yeah, you mean shoot, you have to pick it up or get left behind.
You're not gonna be.
Yeah. Offensively, it's
so
easier, I think, to score in the NBA than college.
What many people have said. They say that offensively, it's easier to score in the NBA than it is for college. And I heavily agree. I've never played in the NBA, but I know how hard it was to score in college. Dude, everyone's there because of help side. We need to take that lesson and apply it to where we are right now by having help side people, by rotating over, and realize if you just rotate to your spots as fast as you possibly can, it's almost impossible to score at a pre-college level, because in college you have great shooters as well. Before then, you don't have great shooters. And by great shooters, I mean people, if they're open, they can hit it 80% of the time. That's the normal great shooter. In the NBA, I'm sure it's even higher than that. All right? And it's also from further away in the NBA. You guys have a chance, if you can learn positioning, to really make this game as boring as possible, to make people be like, oh my God, I can't score ever. But yes, that's when you do that, the NBA game opens up so much that it becomes like, whoa, everyone's wide open, because the court's so much bigger when you can't be in help side, when you can't do this, can't do that, when you have great shooters everywhere and they can't just like harp on you. Like right now, Kieran's getting triple teamed sometimes. If he keeps doing that, that would be a great thing, because they can't triple team him once every player can shoot. Now it'll be one person guarding him in high school, and he'll be like, wait, this is easier. High school's easier than 6th grade was. All right, so think about that, apply it to what you do, and watch the story of the day. Oh, wait. I forgot. Story of the day today is on this page because it's just not showing up. This is the one story that doesn't show up for some reason, so I got to put it on this page. Now, watch the story of the day.
Understand what you're playing for and focus on that every second you're out there.
What makes something special is not just what you have to gain, but what you feel there is to lose. All right, so what are you playing for? All right, what are the things that you're playing for? You must remember those things. Are you playing, I don't know, to like get out of the ghetto? Are you playing because you have an enormous passion for the sport? I mean, there must be a reason that you're playing. Well, you can't forget those reasons. All right, you must constantly like remember why it is that you started out. So you have to understand that and focus on every second that you're out there. Focus on that every single second that you're out there, because what makes something so special is not just what you have to gain. It's not just the money that you have to gain. It's not just the trophies that you have to gain, but it's what you feel there is to lose. And you have stuff to lose once you start putting something into the game. If you start putting all your stuff into the game, it's the same thing with like relationships. If you don't put any effort into it, or like the sandcastle, if you just make a sorry sandcastle that's just like whatever, you didn't put any time into it, and someone kicks it down, you don't really care. But if you put like hours into it and someone kicks it down, you're gonna kick their butt, right? It's the same thing. So if you really want something great, you're gonna have to put something into it, and that's the scary part, because you do have something to lose at that point. All right, but you want to do that. You want to put in enough money into the bet where you have something to lose, and that's when you can win your greatest. All right. So no one knows the trivia, or does no one know what appendage means? Guys, come on. You gotta look up words, man. Please. Last thing. This is our grade of somebody, and this product review is we're gonna be reviewing not a physical product, but a person. And this review is Chris Paul. Chris Paul, we know he's a great basketball player, but we also know he's like really, really smart as well. A smart basketball player. Watch this play. Zach Edey's on the ground. He's 7'4". All right, and he's on the ground, and Chris Paul, he can possibly get a jump ball. Watch what he does. And he's second down.
And Chris is like, I'm not going to jump it against him. You get him. Get in there.
So he took Wembanyama's hands. He did not want the jump ball with the 7'4" guy, because Chris Paul is like 6 feet tall. He takes Wembanyama's hands and puts them on the ball. I have never seen anybody even think that fast. Like, honestly, CP3 is, he's a smart dude. You might say he's grimy and whatever, like he's shady and things like that. But dude, this is like that's really clever. Like, between this guy and Joker, they are the fastest thinking people in NBA history. It's awesome to watch. Anyways, no one answered today. I will ask the same question next week. Don't forget that the quote of the day is refuse to lose. And then actually go out there and do that. Refuse to lose. I'll see you guys tonight. Make sure you guys show up at the right place. It's a new place. All right, check it out, please. All right, that's my time. Talk to y'all later, man. Reese's Pieces, y'all.